Hello and welcome from Go Ahead and Tell Me. Here I am, Susan Douglas, your host, and I'm welcoming you from Santa Cruz, wherever you are in the world. Today on the show, we're talking about music, purpose, and how creativity continues to shape our lives and our community at any stage. I'm joined by two leaders from the Santa Cruz Symphony, Dr. Deborah Bronstein, Board President, and Lesley Harris, Member of the Board of Directors. We'll be exploring what's coming up this season, including the powerful and dramatic production of Amadeus, in a unique collaboration that blends the live theatre and symphonic music. We'll also talk about the Symphony's long-standing commitment to music education and how their work continues to inspire students, families, and lifelong learners across Santa Cruz County. So welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
It's great to see you and have you here. I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Oh, good. We're looking forward to having you at the symphony.
Okay, that's a deal. Before we talk about concerts and programs, I'd love to start with you personally. So, Dr. Deborah, if someone has told you earlier in your career that you'd one day be leading a symphony board, would you have believed them?
Not remotely, no. I've always loved music, and I suspected I would be involved with music, but most of my life it's been choral music, so not per se the symphony. And then I was in a rock and roll band, so I thought maybe I'd get back to that. So no way, symphonic.
Whoa, you've come a long way.
Haven't I?
Because actually you're a physician, an MD, right?
Correct.
And a former co-founder of the Aptus branch of the medical clinic?
I was one of the early partners.
Yeah.
Correct, in 1988.
Wonderful. So you've done a lot of medical work around the community.
We have, yeah.
Yes, okay. And Lesley, so you are an attorney.
Correct.
Are you still practicing an attorney?
I'm trying to wind up my practice. I still have a couple of cases.
Okay. And what kind of law?
Well, general civil litigation, which means business, contracts, and personal injury, wrongful death type cases. Yeah.
Right, okay. Mm-hmm. So how did you arrive at being on the board of the symphony?
Well, I discovered that Santa Cruz had a symphony, which I found amazing, and I went to it, and it was incredible. And so I joined, became a season subscriber. And so for many years, I was just going to concerts, and a couple of board members who were friends of mine recruited me at some point.
Right.
So that's how I got on the board.
Yeah, that's great. So did you really want to take on becoming a board member, or did you just kind of gradually grow?
You know, I think what I have learned is that what makes the community work so well is volunteerism and support, both financial and time. And so, I so value the symphony and being able to go that I did think, well, I want to be a part of keeping that going. So I said yes.
Right, indeed. So this is for both of you. I mean, we've got a very exciting season coming up. And not the least of it, Amadeus, and Charles Pasternak, the artistic director of the Shakespeare Company, is in it. And do tell us about the whole thing, this whole collaboration. It's amazing.
Yes, ma'am. It's a fabulous opportunity to meld some of the best of Santa Cruz in one glorious weekend. So this is the conception of our music director, Daniel Stewart, who he goes by Danny, who is truly a creative mind. And last year he put together something called Symphonic Shakespeare, where he took, it was 3 or 4 works that are musical works that are based on a Shakespeare theme, like the Tchaikovsky Romeo and Juliet. And he had actors, Charles Pasternak and Ali Pratt, come in and do dialogue from these things. There was something from Macbeth, a famous Romeo and Juliet scene. And the outpouring of excitement around that programming was such that as he was driving back to his home in San Francisco, he said, we have got to do this again. So he'd been sort of marinating these ideas of what he could do. So if all of us who remember, who maybe were born before 1984, and saw that movie, Amadeus, in 1984, that is the best known classical music movie out there. And it's based on a play, Peter Shaffer's play.
Right.
So he took this play and he sort of dissected it into bits. He tracked along with what was the music of the soundtrack in the movie, which involves not just orchestral, but it involves full chorus and it involves some quartets or octets of single voices. And he put this whole thing together to follow the play, the Peter Shaffer play.
Yeah.
So we're going to stage this with 4 actors doing, I think, 8 roles, in total. As I said, it's all these different moving parts. 2 acts, essentially. So good intermission. Everybody can, get their drink and, get ready for Act 2. And the excitement should be astounding. I personally am in the choir. So I'm really excited because I get to be there for everything.
Marvelous.
I know. I could anyways, as board president, let me just say.
Yes.
One of the perks. I get to be there.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to get my tickets. Are they on sale now?
They are, and I am pretty sure this will sell out.
Yeah, it's the weekend, March 28th and 29th.
Thank you.
And the way it works is, so March 28th is a Saturday, and that performance is in the evening at the Civic. And then the following day is a matinee at the Mello Center in Watsonville.
Yeah. And it's a great thing for families, not excluding children, because it has such a good moral, this story. It's about envy and ambition and faith and doubt and what it means to feel average in the presence of genius, right?
We live that, don't we?
Yeah.
There's another place for the families to intersect with this that is better if the kids are younger and you don't want to bring them to the full program.
Right.
And that's our open rehearsal that we do. That will be Friday night, and you get to watch, as we say, you get to watch the sausage being made as Danny works with everybody and puts things together and says, hey, wait, let's take that again. I need to hear measure 36 onward here, and what the heck were the horns doing,
Right.
Yeah, so he'll do all the corrections and such, and people can see how an orchestra gets to perfect.
Okay, so do people pay for this? How does that work?
No, the beauty is you come in, we will accept all donations, trust me.
Right.
But it is free to the public, and you can come in for 10 minutes or you can stay the whole 2.5 hours.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know. Good to put out there.
Yeah, especially, again, the families where the children are a little younger.
Yes, and they may have to leave.
Maybe bedtime's coming up.
Yeah, exactly. I get that. Yeah. Well, that's one exciting thing, and you have many others, right?
Yes, and we do have open rehearsals each concert set, so it's a good place for people to come and, have a sample taste.
Yes, good to know.
And we have a family concert as well.
Okay. And
Deborah could give you the details on that.
Are you ready for me to just launch, because I get really passionate about the family and youth concerts? Or would you like to just do a closing question on Amadeus? I give you an option there.
No, let's move to the family show.
Okay. So I am passionate about youth education, music education for youth. I do think it's one of the things in the world that if everybody could do a little music, we would just be a better world. And Santa Cruz Symphony for many years was the major sponsor of music education in the county for all those years where we had no funding.
Right.
So the symphony was the place where we would send musicians into the school and materials into the school. It's coming back into the schools, thank goodness. But the symphony remains in one of our key mission statements is education.
Yes.
And so with that in mind, what we do is we do one program a year that we partner with Carnegie Hall, which is the Carnegie Weill Institute, where they curate material for selections that are meant to open up children to classical music, but now they've gotten it that it sometimes needs to be more world music. And they have modules of education that our County Office of Education takes and modifies for our population, our community. And so we teach what we're going to present in the classrooms.
Right.
Then at what we call a prelude, so that starts next week, we start sending musicians into classes, single musicians, to show their instrument, teach about it, teach about the curriculum that the kids are going to hear. The classes have already signed up for concerts, and we will have 6 youth concerts over 3 days. 2 will be in Watsonville at the Mellow.
Yeah.
1 set will be at the Civic on the Friday. And these 5,000 children will come and experience what we will present in the first half of the concert.
5,000.
5,000.
That's quite an achievement.
So often their very first experience with an orchestra.
Yeah.
They've heard orchestral music, it's in the video games, it's in film scores, but they haven't seen it. And there is something organically different about being in the room when those actual harmonic waves hit you.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt.
Yeah. And now there's science around it about what happens. What are the scientific basis for that feeling of awe we get when the little hairs on our arms stand up? You know, and it's things like the swelling of music, the sudden introduction of a high instrument part, the sudden introduction of a big bass sound that comes in, going from very, very soft to very, very loud.
Yeah.
As in that famous moment in Beethoven 9. So we will do this program for the kids for free, completely free to the schools, for the 6 concerts over 3 days. Then everybody gets a break. We all need a break. And then on Sunday we come back and we add in, we show the community at our family concert, this is what we're doing. It's exceedingly engaging because we have engaged, I think we have 5 community partners. So I'll tell you, we've got El Sistema, which is youth instrument playing. We have the Esperanza de Valle dance troupe, and they do the folkloric of Mexican stuff. We have 2 pieces that we have a group from Veracruz coming up, and they have arranged and will play, here I'll tell you, La Bamba.
Ooh, a good one.
And De Colores, which was the famous Joan Baez song, which was adopted by the United Farm Workers in their time. So we have them. We have a new ballet troupe working with us, International Academy of Dance. We have the Cabrillo Youth Symphony. We have the Cumbwa Honor Jazz Band doing some of the stuff. And then throughout, we have embedded in the orchestra the Santa Cruz County Youth Symphony. So these are high school students who are sitting shoulder to shoulder with the pros.
Yeah.
And so they get a week of
What an exposure. What an exposure for them.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
And we have an MC that I tell you, he's, New York Broadway quality. He's so engaging. And he will be our MC through the whole week, including the Sunday concert. Carnival of the Animals will be our special offering that we offer after the intermission on Sunday. You will, if you come, and they're very affordable tickets for the whole family.
Right.
It's one of those weeks where I have to really rest my cheeks for a couple days after because they've been smiling for so long.
Very good exercise.
It's a big problem, It's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, wow. And why do you think, especially in this age we're in, that this music education is so important for children? Both of you.
Oh, well, I think that it opens up kids' minds. It gets them off their phone, gets them to a place where they might find something that they want to pursue, or it's an interest. And there's so many different things that they're going to get exposed to here.
Right.
And it's a great way to do something with your family together.
Yeah.
It is the Carnival of Animals. I'm looking at the program, and there's going to be Beethoven, Vivaldi, Chuck Berry. It's going to be
so it's diverse.
Yeah, and some of the pieces are the donkeys, the tortoises, the elephant, the kangaroos. It's going to be all of, it's going to reflect animal spirit. And I just think the kids will get excited about it. I mean, I've been to these family concerts before, and they're just so much fun and such a great learning experience. And Omari, who's our master of ceremonies, is so engaging. And it's just a fabulous day for a family.
I bet they're over the moon, the kids performing. I bet they're so excited. I can imagine.
They are.
Yeah.
Omari once said to me, because we were talking about our programming and why we choose what we choose, and we take what Carnegie has to offer and we modify it to fit us, because a New York program does not fit a Santa Cruz population necessarily. Mm-hmm. They may be highlighting Puerto Rican music or things that are not as relevant. Omari said what's important about this program is that this music gives children a window into the world to see what's out there. And my feeling is some of our history of music going back 300-400 years, everything builds on everything. And so it's really important to see those early steps. But then he says, but it's also important to hold a mirror up for the children so they can see themselves.
Yeah.
And so when we're showing them Esperanza de Valle, or we're showing them the children singing, they can imagine, that could be me, or they're seeing the dancers, that could be me. And as Lesley said, we have a world right now where I think one of our biggest challenges, and this is from self-discovery, is finding out how addictive certain processes are, like being on the phone, and figuring out how to break those. And so having time and place, including for us adults, to sit and reflect and get in touch with feelings and think about how our feelings may be relating to other people. Accessing memories, if we're older, about, that reminds me of my mom. That reminds me of that time. Blah. So I think it's a time where we open up connections that we sort of rush past other times.
Yeah. New Zealand might be onto something then, banning phones from schools for all the under 15, right?
I wait with bated breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. France, I believe, is now going to adopt that. So it may spread. Who knows?
Yeah.
And definitely would help that aspect of education.
Do you play an instrument?
No, sadly. I did play the piano years ago.
Well, then you had some education.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and the recorder.
The recorder is our gateway instrument.
Right, it is. It totally is. Yeah.
It's the marijuana of the for gateway into the big stuff.
Maybe that's not the right analogy.
That and the ukulele.
That and the ukulele.
Yeah. How about yourself? Yeah, I believe you played some instruments, right?
I did. I am not a good representative in the sense of why I want all of you to come and hear this music, because I'm one of the ones who drank the Kool-Aid very early. Uh-huh. So, yes, I grew up playing flute and then piccolo, and then I did oboe for a couple of years. And, recorder is just the one for fun, and then guitar. And, I came to voice late because, that one's really personal and exposed.
Yeah. You like to sing still?
I still do sing.
Yes.
Despite the aging voice, we won't go into that.
Well, actually, it is an interesting topic because, the voice changes so much as you grow older. And, I don't really know the full explanation of it. Do you?
Everything sags.
Is that
Gravity?
Gravity is the law.
Okay, so we don't have any kind of medical theory on that then.
Deborah and I were talking about this before, and it's interesting because I do not have the music background that she had. I mean, when I was a kid, I learned to, I took piano lessons, so I learned to read music, but that ended at a very early age. And yet I went to the concerts without any real, education and background in this kind of music, and just was so filled with the sound and the emotion and feeling with this music, and so it's you don't have to have a lot of training and experience with music to get so much from being there.
Oh, right.
And particularly the way that our conductor, Danny Stewart, programs these concerts, there's something for everyone, and you get, it's very exploratory. So you get some of the very classical stuff. He typically highlights and gives opportunities to new composers. We've had some local composers, which is really exciting, and they'll come and talk about their pieces. So, just so people know, it's such a fabulous experience just to come without having to know what's a Beethoven versus a Vivaldi or something like that.
Yeah. Well, it has been said that if you are pregnant and you play classical music to the baby inside, that it actually improves their temperament and their spark of creativity.
Yeah, I tried that.
You tried that? You did?
I did. Well, they had that whole, what is it, like Baby Beethoven or something?
Oh, yes, and you put the little speakers on your tummy. That's right. But it does, babies, even with very, very loud music, if they're exposed in utero to this music, you can put that music on. You can put big booming music on after they're born, and they will calm to it because it's their known, I know that.
Well, there's a tip. We should put that one out there.
I see a future for us with handy tips, music tips that will save your sanity.
Exactly. Look, you could put it in the program.
Oh, I think that's a good idea.
Why not?
But, Lesley was bringing up something that's worth just putting out there. And I do think in the classical world, we bump up against stereotypes that we are a certain way. We are snooty. We're not really welcoming. If you didn't have music education, well, I don't know if I'll talk to you.
Yeah, I know. And I've seen it. Yeah, it's true. It's out there.
And that is not my experience with our symphony. It's, as Lesley said, it's very inclusive programming, and we can all be equally confused by a new piece. It's completely, like, what was that? We're not sure. And what I love is we do post-concert surveys, and a third of the people will say, I loved the new piece. And a third of the people would say, I could not stand the new piece, which means we're doing it right. Right? And the third of the people say, well, that was interesting. I probably need to hear it again.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But we are not the snobby people.
No. Well, I think it most probably has a lot to do with this Santa Cruz county and community too, I would say.
Yes, it still has a Santa Cruz vibe. You can dress up or you can
jeans are fine.
Right. Yeah. Really?
Absolutely. Jeans, we see people in jeans and in their beach gear, and then, I occasionally wear sparkles, because where else do I get to wear a sparkle,
Yeah, absolutely.
Take advantage.
So what else is happening with the symphony apart from the children, apart from Amadeus? You've got some nice performers coming up, I believe.
Well, there's this kind of famous guy who went deaf by the time he wrote his Ninth Symphony. Have you heard of Ludwig von Beethoven, perhaps?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
So we are singing Beethoven 9 at the end of our season, so first weekend of May. Did I get that right, Lesley, I think?
Yep, May 2nd and 3rd.
And, that's just a stomping hallelujah moment. So think about that thing as you're listening to Beethoven and the orchestra is doing the orchestra thing, and little soft things and little themes repeating, and then a little hint, and then the music swells and you hear Freude, schöne, gute Funken, but it's at 4 billion decibels, and your hair blows back like at the Bose speakers ads. Remember those? Yes. Which is what we're going to aim to do. We're going to aim to blow all of your hair back.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is really fun. I've sung it 4 or 5 times with the symphony. It's can't be beat.
Well, it's quite a piece.
It's a bucket list to come here, too.
And that's a program where Beethoven will be the second half of the concert, and the first half will include a guest composer. So that is Jaron Lanier. I hope I said that right. So that's going to be exciting, to hear something very different as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then we have a Pops concert.
Oh.
In May.
Yes.
No, not May, the other May, June. So close to May. And that we're calling it Movie Night, and it's,
Themes from movies.
Themes from movies, and that one is really, people dress up. Last 2 years it's been John Williams, so it has involved, the John Williams universe of things. I have a Professor McGonagall get up, just saying. Our keyboard player has Darth Vader, and he has, I think, a stormtrooper. He's multi-talented.
So you come as a film character, is what you're saying?
You absolutely, we would love it if you would, because we have a street party first, and everybody just is out there being goofy and eating good food and walking around. Here's what I learned. If I wear a costume, people will talk to me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they engage, and the kids engage. And the parents engage. And then if their kid is in a costume, the parents say, well, let's go.
Yeah.
So it's really fun.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the list of the pieces for movie night, and you can dress from Rocky, Star Trek, Pulp Fiction, Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, there's a lot of really fun stuff going on.
Oh wow, yeah, I guess a nice choice of costume for sure.
Absolutely. You know what we didn't tell you about?
What?
We also do recitals. Yeah, so this year we're having 5 recitals. We've had 1 so far. We have 4 to come. And recitals are a different experience. So they're smaller. They're a smaller group of people. Our orchestra is anywhere from 65 to typically 75 players. By the way, for the family concert with the youth symphony embedded in, we'll have 100 players on stage. It makes a great sound.
Jeez.
But the recitals we hold it in Cabrillo's Samper Hall, which is acoustically a jewel, has beautiful, beautiful sound. Nothing is amplified. You can hear the players. You're also close to them. You can see the instruments very well. And they will do repertory that's different. It may be solo repertory. It may be small group, like a string trio, quartet, quintet. Coming up this weekend, we have a fabulous recital that John Nakamatsu, who's a well-known pianist he tours the world. He's been a fan favorite here for decades. And he's going to play with the all-stars, meaning some of our most exalted players, including Maestro Stewart. But sadly for your listeners, I think there's only 10 tickets left. So I don't know if that will be an option for them. But then we have 4 more recitals. And it's another way to experience music that for me it's so personal. And watching the artist, these people have spent, the 10,000 hours to learn your craft. I mean, they're probably at 60,000 hours. They are so skilled at what they do, so committed. Sort of like teachers, they're not really compensated or necessarily recognized for all the work that they've put in.
Right.
But I find the experience exhilarating just to watch these people working up close.
Yeah, they're so brilliant, and you can also see how much fun they're having, especially playing together.
Yeah, I bet.
It's very joyful.
Yeah. And the thing about being a musician is that you never can give it up, right? You can play until your dying day, which is wonderful.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, well, unless, of course, there's something impeding you. But, I mean, it's such a wonderful career to have.
Right, and the same thing about going out to hear music.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about Santa Cruz, like I'll go out to Moe's Alley or the Kumbwa, and there's lots of gray hair out there.
Yeah.
It's lovely that that everybody appreciates it and gets out, and that it makes me want to just kind of put out there that there's so much fabulous live music in Santa Cruz, and there are so many musicians and music lovers. And often when I talk to people and I'll say, oh, have you been to the symphony? And I'll say, oh, no, I haven't. And I'm always so surprised. I'm like, you would so appreciate this. You would so love this.
Right.
And so really encourage people who are out there listening to, whether it's jazz or Americana, bluegrass, rock, whatever, come to the symphony. I think you're just going to be so, pleasantly surprised.
Right, and you can take it up at any age.
Yeah.
Yes, and for those of us who have been bemoaning that the Civic is a little challenging sometimes because of the setup of there's a setup on the floor that's called the orchestra section, and then the seats up in the stands. So we have a very devoted board member who is a past president, Linda Burrows, worked tirelessly to get funding and was able to guide the city to get a grant, which took some years to get executed, but handrails have been installed at the Civic, which is huge for those of us who, the knees aren't so good.
Right, absolutely, yes. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So come back, those of you who said, oh, the Civic.
I see.
It's too hard.
Yeah. Okay, so now
come
we
on
know.
back.
It's all, hunky-dory.
It's still the Civic, so...
Yeah, it would be fabulous to see a real auditorium built in Santa Cruz.
But we do great. I mean, the players love playing at the Civic, which is so interesting to me. Acoustically, it's got challenges, and a lot has been done to put up sound reflectors. Acousticians, they're called, people who understand how sound waves can be modulated and such. Yeah. But what the players like is that they say, so you've got this orchestra that's sort of set up on the floor, and then you've got all these people in the stands that kind of surround them, essentially, not necessarily behind, but you could be on the sides and you're looking down and you're absolutely seeing what these players are doing, and they love the excitement. So almost to a person, they tell me they really like playing there. Yeah.
Now, if somebody wants to actually become a musician in the symphony, what do they have to audition for, or can you just kind of give the process in case there's anybody wanting to be involved in the symphony as a musician?
The symphony holds auditions for each instrument.
Okay.
I don't know how it's determined when. Is it the need, I suppose, right?
Lesley and I are smiling at each other because we just were volunteers 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
At auditions, and Lesley's a fabulous volunteer there. She welcomes them. Can I tell you?
Except I fall in love with every
candidate,
and then I'm sad that they all can't get the job.
Oh.
But,
it's extremely competitive. So if we are holding an audition, where to begin? If you go back, orchestras for many, many years were white males.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah.
And then something changed about 25 years ago, and this idea of what are called blind auditions came into play. And blind auditions is where the people who are the committee deciding we're going to take this person or not couldn't see the player. So what happens when you can't see who's playing? Well, all of a sudden, we got women into orchestras.
Oh.
Yeah, so now you can see virtually all orchestras have a good sampling of, or more than,
they do.
Of women in them. It has not been as kind on the diversity side because traditionally those communities have not had exposure to get those kids into music early and long enough to put a pool of those people into the mix of auditionees. But the point is, we have blind auditions. It may be 14, 15, 18 people vying for a single seat. They are usually asked to come for, could be their whole day, to play a whole series of different things that are done, again, as I said, where the committee cannot see them. They cannot see who's in the committee. It's just absolutely based on their playing.
Yeah.
They can be a fabulous player and have a bad day. And that's that. And I bemoan this, and they all say to me, it's just the way it is. They all accept it.
Essentially you've got to be able to deliver.
And it has to be fair, and it's a terrible system, and it's the best system we've got. So to me, it's a really interesting process, and so Lesley is right. I fall in love with every one of those candidates, and my heart goes out to them. They're putting themselves on the line.
Oh, yeah.
I want this job.
Right.
and for someone who's interested, there's there's an announcement put out? Or?
Yeah, the unions will post announcements of what positions we're auditioning and when. We typically only hold auditions. It's fairly grueling for everybody involved, about once a year.
Wow, yeah.
We'll do a couple of days and do a couple of positions that are open.
Yeah.
It was an interesting question. I didn't expect that from you.
You never know what you're getting next here. Yeah, well,
yeah.
And with volunteering, it's another aspect of it because, somebody may have just retired and they still got lots of energy left and are looking around to see what they can do with themselves. So tell us about your volunteers.
Well, all of our board are volunteers. Even those who still are working their jobs are in their careers, they're still volunteering their time with us. We also have many volunteers who come in for specific pieces of what we do. We have volunteers who come in at concerts to be ushers and give out programs, help people to their seats. At our youth concerts, we need volunteers to come greet the buses and take classes of children to the prearranged seating. We have volunteers in our booster club called the League, the Santa Cruz Symphony League. And those are all volunteers who do many, many things to help the symphony, fundraising via events, but also putting out food for the musicians at rehearsal breaks, which is very kind because these folks have very little time to get their snack in. These volunteers will come and do office tasks that we need. For instance, we have inserts into our program and they'll stuff those. So we need volunteers at auditions. If anybody is interested, they say, oh, I'd like to be part of what you're doing, call the symphony office and say, I'd like to volunteer, and we'll happily put you on the list. So,
Great. All right.
Thank you.
So they can find their way in.
Yes, see what works for you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And is there an email address or that that they can write to if?
I'm pretty sure, but go on the website for santacruzsymphony.org and you can get it that way. I believe the email is office at Santa Cruz Symphony, all one word, .org.
Right. Okay. Well, let's talk about the symphony itself. The symphony has been committed to music education since 1966. That's nearly 6 decades. Why has education remained such a central part of the mission? Can you answer that one for me?
I would say I'm going to have Deborah talk about this, but, just listening to her talk about women becoming more a part of symphonies, but working on diversity. So I think education and outreach in our communities is something that will is addressing that and exposing whoever's in our community to this kind of music, and developing some interest.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's such an interesting question because there probably, I can't tell you why in those early years. The symphony's first year was 1958, I believe, and so we're approaching our 70th season. It's a completely community-based players volunteer orchestra for quite a number of years. And then over the years, some professional players came in and there'd be individual contracts with them. But then you'd have the community players. And the unions didn't get involved for quite a long time. But I think the board of the symphony always has believed, those of us who believe music has an important role, believe that it connects people, that it levels playing fields for how we experience things. It may be different, but we're all equally experiencing. We know, and I think intuitively have known for a long time, that people who engage in music, learning music, have aptitudes that are boosted in other areas, including math. Is one of the sort of common ones, but it's also language. It also, if you think about music and playing music together, the analogy goes to sports. You're learning to be part of a team. You're learning discipline about staying with something and how sometimes that hard work, it doesn't feel like anything happens for a good while. And then when it does, there's satisfaction and there's visible growth. So, I am not sure why the early people figured it out about education. Do you have a theory, Lesley?
Well, I mean, I just, again, that all these fabulous attributes, right? And so you want to make that available to your community and to the youth in your community. And in addition to what all those things you described, a vehicle to express oneself,
Thank you.
I think is a huge part of having of playing music and being and even listening to music.
Yes, yeah. Very widening that to be able to express yourself.
I don't
music.
think I'm the only one who was a moody adolescent
No,
who
I don't
went
think
into
you
her
were.
room and, played
Yeah.
played flute, played guitar, something that was, all about me against the world at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And, thank God for music. Probably saved my parents from killing me, I'm guessing. Possibly.
Yeah, most probably a lot of people, actually.
So maybe it was a safety initiative by the symphony.
Maybe. So when you see young people experiencing the symphonic music for the first time, what strikes you?
Oh, their joy.
Their joy.
Yeah, so our youth concerts, the ones that are going to be last week of February, and check our website, we have these kids who are coming into a concert hall, and I would guess 2/3 of them have never seen an orchestra.
Right.
And then we start playing, and these kids, their faces light up, and there is nothing like watching if they recognize something. We're going to be doing Ode to Joy, will be one of the pieces on it. And who doesn't know Ode to Joy? Mm-hmm. So they're going to hear Ode to Joy, and their eyebrows go up, and their mouths drop, and they've been taught that they're going to sing it, but they've not heard it played like that.
Yeah.
So they get this ecstasy look. Who can argue with that as a deliverable? That's a really good thing to give our community. A little dose of ecstasy. I didn't mean the pill.
I didn't understand it that way either.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And, as Deborah said earlier, they're not just showing up and hearing it for the first time. They are learning about it in their classroom beforehand, and they're connecting with a musician and an instrument, and probably depending upon their age and how involved they're getting. So they're learning about something, and then they're getting to see it in action. And I think that's very valuable and exciting for them, and helps make it make sense. Yeah.
So how has being part of something that shapes future generations changed how you see the chapter of your own life?
Oh. Well, so why do we do what we do? Why are we volunteers for something when we could eat bonbons and do puzzles all day?
Mm-hmm.
See, this is the question I ask when it's a bad day. So, no, I'm just, for real, there are challenges trying to put things together. I believe in service, and I believe that my sense of well-being has to do with being of service to this world, to our community specifically, and that I was raised that you do what you can to leave the world better than you came into it. So for me, it's sort of an imperative. There's so many years in retirement when somebody is got the energy, got the capacity, doesn't have other pressing things. And so I feel like I am privileged that I have all those pieces lined up, and I can give back to this entity that has given me so much. So for me, it's personal about the importance of service, and a belief that it will make a positive difference.
Mm-hmm. Lesley?
Yeah, I think it's what makes our community what it is, and both in the symphony it does offer this great educational piece, but it is for everyone of all ages and for our entire community. But I do think that getting kids exposed to music early has so many benefits. And I do one other volunteer position, and that's with the County Park Friends. And so between music and getting kids outside, it's like things that are important to me and that I would like to see reflected in my community and that do exist in the community and that I want to make sure is available to kids and to family. And so, for me too, having more time as I wind down my practice, it just seems like a good place to put my energy. I enjoy it.
Absolutely. absolutely.
It's very rewarding, you know. I know a lot of people out there volunteer for things, and I do encourage everybody to try to, you know, give some time back to the community because it makes a big difference.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah. So when you look ahead, what do you hope the Santa Cruz Symphony's impact on this community will be remembered for?
Oh, stump the panel. Okay.
Beautiful music and, you know, a place to go to find your heart at times when you need to, a place to go out with on a date or with friends or family. It's just such a big, really part, I think, a special part of what we have here in the community. I just want to see that continue.
Yeah.
And I'd be remiss as a board member if I didn't say we need financial help from the community to make that happen. And we do have a development director. And so again, that if anybody is interested in finding out more about that, again, it's office at santacruzsymphony.org. So yeah, that's kind of important.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about your question, and it's such an interesting one. You know, I hope the symphony is remembered for the creative level of excellence that we were able to achieve in a small community. We're a small community, and we have an outsized orchestra in terms of excellence. And it's a lot to do with our music director and his creative and brilliant vision for putting things together. It's also because our community believes we are a scrappy group, and we don't think we can't do something if there's a chance we can do it, and we go for it. So I think to be remembered for trying to do better than expectations would have us is important, because it goes across our whole community. We are, for the arts, I like to say we punch way above our weight for all the things we do in the arts. We love the arts here.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
so and the symphony, I feel, has really brought the music piece into that big time. But Lesley's right. If anybody knows any angel donors, or just really you've got $10 extra that you'd like to donate,
right,
we'd be so grateful.
Right. Yes. Well, looking at the program, I mean, it's so extensive. I mean, it takes some cash to put that together, for sure.
Yeah. Somehow these musicians still want to eat. I don't know. Crazy.
I don't know what it is with them.
And especially right now when funding for arts is, has been curtailed.
Yes.
Significantly. We rely on the community.
Right.
The grants are virtually gone.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Interesting times.
Yes, we are. It's that this Chinese curse, isn't it? May you live in interesting times.
And we do.
Yeah.
What did we do?
Yeah, so we really appreciate your including us here today and helping us put the word out there about this fabulous treasure we have here in Santa Cruz so that people can come enjoy it.
Absolutely. Well, I hope that people have learned something and now have the need to come and experience some of what you describe, because it does sound really fascinating and beautiful.
That burning desire, yes.
Sometimes it's hard to leave the house, right? If what you've got on your 14 streaming platforms is, something you haven't seen yet and it's cold out and you just don't want to get out, I recognize and can succumb to that. But it's live, and there's something about the live experience that transcends what you get from a machine.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to remember that when you got to get your little oomph over the inertia to get out of the house. Come on down. You can come in your jammies.
Yeah, please come. You won't be disappointed.
Well, sure, yeah, but don't go in your jammies.
No.
Give it a little respect.
You can wear your sparklies. That's fun.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, you can definitely go that way.
At the family program, one of my favorites are the little girls typically, sometimes little boys, go to the nines in their dresses. So they wear their Nutcracker specials, all the sparkly skirts and tiaras and sparkly shoes.
Oh, that's funny. That makes it all part of the program.
I know.
The fun, absolutely.
And they twirl, they dance and twirl.
Yeah.
And we sell merch, so you can get your symphony hats and T-shirts. And
Yeah, well, Deborah's wearing a really cool shirt. I love it, actually.
This, our beautiful
and
logo.
And your cap, sorry. Yes, that too. Yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, be our advertising board.
Yes.
buy our merch.
Okay, so for the tickets, let's say again your website, please.
SantaCruzSymphony.com is the website.
.org.
.org? I think
Really
it works
sure.
with either for...
Okay.
I think it's .org. We are a nonprofit. We're a 501c3.
Right, and that is the main place to buy tickets, correct?
Yeah, and it will take you to the different programs, and it will have a box that says buy tickets, and that takes you into Santa Cruz tickets.
Right.
And the options are to buy a ticket at the Civic or at the Mellow. So choose your venue.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
this has been great, and I've learned a lot today. I hope the audience
Great.
does too. I mean, it's...
I hope you'll come.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk after. You can say when you want to come. We'll work it out.
Okay, we'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And,
It was really
yeah,
nice.
Thank you both for coming. It's been very enlightening on this wonderful symphony of ours in
Thank
Santa
you,
Cruz.
Susan.
Thank you. So today, the conversation sparked something in you. If it sparked something in you, a curiosity, a pull, or even just a question about what your own next chapter might look like, I hope you'll stay with us for more of these stories. Because one of the things we're learning over and over is that meaningful new chapters don't have an expiration date. This is just one of the many conversations we'll be having about second acts, purpose, and the many ways people continue to grow, contribute, and become. This is Go Ahead and Tell Me. You can find us on Santa Cruz Voice or wherever you find your podcasts.